Alright, humanoids, away we go. Looking good. My hair's not looking too bad for a change. Anyone watching yet? Shout out to Renee. Thank you for tuning in. Alright. Are we ready? How much time do we have out of Mensch?
5 seconds, Benny.
Copy that. Kia ora, my friends. How do you do? I, Benny Ward, am here in the garden for another cold open. This is MML 129. And it's a special one. I mean, they all are. But today's extra special because today, here in New Zealand, just for our international audience, here in New Zealand, it's a public holiday. It's Labour Day. Now, these days, it's all very fair. Everybody gets a day off for Labour Day. But it hasn't always been the case. You see, it used to be that you only got a day off for Labour Day if you voted for the Labour Party. But then the National Party got elected and they didn't think it was fair. So they changed it. And they said, let's give a day off for Labour Day to everybody who's ever given birth to a baby. So anyone who's ever been in labour. Then they thought, that's not really fair either. Not fair on the men, it's not fair on people who have a C-section. So they changed it again. So they thought, instead of that kind of labour, let's talk about labour as in it's like work. So let's give a day off to everybody who has a job. Now you might think that that's a little bit unfair to people who don't have a job. But you see, people who don't have a job, they get a day off anyway, on account of the fact that they don't have a job. Not even close, not even close. There's plenty more to come. Including live gardening today, we're going to be pruning our tomato and our basil. I'll show you the two different methods we're using for pruning our tomato and basil. We'll take a look back at the week that was, including a ripper of a day at the Marlborough Farmers Market, Athletics Day for the kids. We'll take a look at the week ahead. Obviously, we'll have Joke of the Week. And we'll play, with help from my assistant, What's in the Bag? All those things and many more are coming up right here, right now, on Monday Morning Live. Let's kick off with a look back at the week that was. Shout out to my good friend Lee. Thank you for tuning in. Great to hang on the weekend too, brother. Now, the week that was, the kids had Athletics Day, and it's just so good to see them progress from year to year, getting better and more confident at the different athletic sports. Great time on the farm. We're picking strawberries furiously. Strawberry season in full swing. We started picking courgettes. Next week we'll be picking tomatoes. Speaking of tomatoes, we'll do that in our live gardening very soon. Great time yesterday at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Now, next week we're doing a little bit of a Halloween special at the Marlborough Farmers Market. So yesterday we were giving out pumpkins for people to take away, carve, decorate, and then bring back. So we might have some footage. We're using the Benetron 5000 of some of those pumpkins that come in next week. Looking forward to that in the week ahead. Right, let's do live gardening. Now today, we're going to prune the tomato that we planted 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. I got it from my good friend Catherine at the She Shed shop. And it's a big rainbow tomato. Now this is not necessarily its final resting pot. It might end up in a bigger pot than this, but what we want to do now is sort of just do a little bit of manicuring. Now, get in really close, Adam Mensch, and just so that the people at home can see. You can see obviously the main stem. Now, off to the side, there's these little side shoots coming out. Now, they're called laterals. And what we want to do when we're growing our tomato, especially in the early stages, is we want to trim off those laterals so it gets nice and tall and produces nice big fruit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the patented Benny's pinch. Now you can see just here the lateral coming off. I'm just going to pinch that out. Another one on this side, pinch it out. Put those down there. And another one here, just going to pinch that one out too. They pop out nice and easy. Now nothing goes to waste here in the garden. Wait, you can't really see. Nothing goes to waste here in the garden. So I'm going to use the Benny's 6100 series seed propagating unit. And I'm going to put these little laterals in some water in here because, as we know, say it with me, you can never underestimate the value of water. Just pour a little bit in there. Maybe have a little bit myself. Just going to pop those in there. And it won't be long before they start to produce roots. And then we can plant those on and we've got potentially 3 more tomato plants. Put those over there. Now that's one method of pruning, I guess, or manicuring the tomato. Now, we know that tomatoes grow really well with the companion plant of basil. Now what we're going to do with our basil is, even though they grow well together, and I don't know if there's any scientific facts or data to back that up, the general rule of thumb, a wise man once told me, if they pair together really well on the dinner plate, they tend to grow really well together in the garden. And tomato and basil certainly go well on the plate. But we're going to prune our basil in a completely different way. So what we want from our tomato is one nice big strong lead runner. What we want from our basil is several. So what we're going to do is, at the point where those laterals had started to form, instead of trimming off the lateral, we're going to use the Benny's 6100 series snips, available in the gift shop. Why not buy two? And we're actually going to take off that lead runner. So I'm going to cut it just there. Put it in the Benny's 6100 series seed propagating unit, and plant propagating unit. Got my names mixed up there. And you see there now we've got two lead shoots, and they'll go up. And once they produce laterals, we'll trim off the top one, and we'll have four. So different methods of pruning our basil and our tomato. Now, with pruning our tomato, reminds me of a joke. Why did the tomato marry the prune? Because it couldn't find a date. Can we go one better? Actually, talking about tomatoes. Technically, a tomato is a fruit. And that reminds me of Tommy the tomato. See, Tommy the tomato, he was out for a walk one day. He loved his walks, old Tommy the tomato. While he was out on this walk, he came across several different fruits. And they were all standing in a line. There was Adam the apple, there was Perry the pear, there was Ollie the orange. Anyway, Tommy the tomato said to Ollie the orange, I noticed you fruits are all standing in a line, and technically I'm a fruit, so can I come and stand in line with you? Ollie the orange said, no, I can't allow that. Tommy the tomato said, why on earth not? Ollie the orange said, this is the punchline. I don't know if that was any better or any worse. Right, we've done our live gardening, we've pruned our tomato, we've done our joke of the week, believe it or not. Let's drink some water. Calm the hell down. Right, let's play, and I'm going to do this with the help of my very trustworthy assistant. We're going to play What's in the Bag? Thank you, assistant. Want to say hi?
Hi.
Now we're playing What's in the Bag today. This is something that, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous about. What's in the bag this week? Pickled mushrooms. Now I'm a big fan of mushrooms. I'm growing some mushrooms of my own. This is my grow bag that I got from my friend Janish at Nelson Shroomery. They have a stall at the Marlborough Farmers Market every Sunday morning. And you can see how well they're growing. Yeah, just coming out the side there. They're ready for dinner tonight. But for right now, let's try some pickled mushrooms. Oh. And I'm going to do so using this wooden spoon. Don't mention the knights. Try some pickled mushrooms. Here we go, folks. This could be something. It's quite a strong taste. You get the mushroomy flavour. Not bad at all, actually. Quite surprised, I thought they could go horribly wrong. Right, what else do we have to do? We've done a live gardening, look back at the week, the while, the week ahead. We'll play What's in the Bag. Monday morning shout outs to Lee and to Renee, thank you for tuning in. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Shout out to Abadabba, thanks for tuning in. Better late than never. You can always go back and rewatch these episodes on my YouTube channel, which is Monday Morning Live. Nice and simple, just like myself. Thank you to everybody who tunes into my YouTube channel. Thank you to everybody who joins me here on a Monday morning, especially on Labour Day. Even if you didn't vote for Labour. Even if you don't have a job. And even if you've never given birth to a baby. Hang on, this outro is going horribly wrong. Where was I? Thank you to everybody who joins me at the Marlborough Farmers Market every Sunday morning from 9 till 12, including this weekend, our Halloween special, with our carved pumpkin judging. And thank you to everybody on Labour Day in New Zealand. Don't forget, next week is a public holiday as well. Some call it Marlborough Anniversary, some call it Benny's birthday weekend. That's right, everybody in Marlborough gets a day off for my birthday. So there's no excuse to not tune in to Monday Morning Live next Monday. No excuse to not watch me on my YouTube channel, Monday Morning Live. You can see me there anytime you want. And I will see you next time. in the garden, because nothing lasts forever except Monday Morning Live, which is about to end. It's probably not the best outro. Should we go back to Diamonds Are Forever? Yeah, let's go back to Diamonds Are Forever. Let's hope my voice doesn't crack like last week. I will see you next time in the garden. License up. Because diamonds are forever, and so is Monday Morning Live. That's pretty good, actually. Have a great day, everybody.